Hello all and welcome, and I am the mgtowphilosopher, and in this video I'd like to discuss the so-called movement known as WGTOW. Ridiculous. Now first off, we should ask the question as to whether or not this is even something to be taken seriously. And by the way, if you don't know what it means, WGTOW stands for Women Going Their Own Way. I'm not joking. Although, maybe I should be. That's why I'm asking. Should this be taken seriously? Of course, to them, to the WGTOW, it's something serious. As with all women, they like to take what men do and copy it because they have no imaginations and they can't really create or invent anything on their own. That's part of why they invade our spaces. Any and everything we're doing is more interesting to them than what their vapid asses are doing. So, what is this WGTOW? What is this WGTOW exactly? Well, it's essentially a bunch of dried up old feminist cunts as well as younger women who are simply trying to parody MGTOW. Many of them are dumb women who can't get a man or who have been made into what are essentially social retards by toxic feminism, toxic femininity we could say, as well as all the social media that basically limits human interaction while at the same time filling their heads with anti-male propaganda. Essentially, they're losers who need an excuse for why they're so socially retarded. No, I'm not single because I'm a loser woman. I'm no failure at getting a man. I just want to go my own way to escape the evil that is men. Yeah, you mean evil that'll open doors for you, pay your bills, and fuck you while you lay there motionless and you're being pleasured without having to do a goddamn thing? Nice. Yeah, that's so horrible. You really need to escape that kind of thing. I can't even say such nonsense with a straight face. It makes me laugh. Just like WGTOW makes me laugh. And to a woman, and not be able to get a man, and to be a woman and not be able to get a man makes you some kind of super uber mega fucking retard loser. Because women have vaginas and can get a man by snapping their fingers. Even sloth-like giants and land whales can get laid just by using the internet to find chubby chasers. Yet, these WGTOW, well, this WGTOW, it's actually a real thing. I'm not shitting you. There's even a Reddit channel that's called WGTOW. It's entitled WGTOW. And please, guys, don't go there and troll them. No, because that would be so wrong. Don't do that. I visited the WGTOW Reddit, and what I found was nothing more than a bunch of angry, bitter feminists who were doing what women tend to do. Being feminist and blaming men for why they can't find a relationship. Some of the women said they wanted a relationship but had been let down by men. You know, they can't even imitate men very well, as we MGTOW guys, for the most part, don't want a relationship. They can't even parody us correctly. I mean, for the most part, all we want to do is pump and dump. And some MGTOW want nothing to do with women. They also try to imitate us in their reasoning, which of course fails because they're no good at logic or reasoning. They try and talk like us, and they state the same reasons for wanting to go their own way as we do, but they fail, as they lack logic and reasoning, which would help them to see that they have no reasons to go their own way in the first place. So MGTOW ideas can in no way apply to them. But what I mostly saw were women who were essentially damaged goods. Women who had suffered abuse, women who had been damaged by feminism, women who had swallowed the fucking Kool-Aid and believed all sorts of bullshit like rape culture is real and porn making men kill women. I don't know where the fuck that one came from. This is just more equality bullshit. Women think that they can do what men do and get the same result. But it doesn't work that way. You see, men go MGTOW for self-defense. We go MGTOW because we have to. We have no choice if we have a brain and can recognize the reality of the situation. And the situation being that women have too much power, and we need to do something about it. And the only thing that we can do is go our own way and hope that enough men do so as to deprive women in the system of our resources to the point where we win by attrition. And what exactly are women trying to escape anyway? Free food? Free rent, free shelter, sex on demand, free electricity, free cable, free car, half a man's property if she gets bored with him, and lifetime payments for the use of a vagina, for past use of a vagina, child support on top of that, and their dream of being a mother being fulfilled. I mean, what the fuck? Oh, that's like saying you need to go your own way from winning the lottery. Of course, this is just another round in the victimhood Olympics, don't you know? The women who are claiming to be WGTOW, well, they're all just diehard feminists from what I've seen. And the Reddit channel itself is loaded with feminist rants with the word feminism popping up everywhere and talks about feminist thoughts and theories. Well, then WGTOW is just feminism. And unlike this bullshit with WGTOW, WGTOW, who are just feminists, in contrast, MGTOW and MRAs are not the same thing. For example, you won't see MRA bullshit popping up in MGTOW spaces because we're not MRAs, unlike these WGTOW, who are really just feminists. What does that tell you about this so-called WGTOW bullshit? That it's just that bullshit. It's just a smokescreen. It's nothing more than the usual. If men do it, women also have to do it. And it also seems like a very good way to create a new narrative, right? A new victimhood class, and in turn, a whole new hero class. Oh, look at me. I'm going my own way because men are toxic. I'm really just a feminist trying to hide what a pathetic social moron I am and how unable I am to get a man because of toxic femininity. And I'm too much of a social moron because of social media. And I can't connect with other human beings because of that. But I don't want you all to know that. And feminism is becoming synonymous with angry, bitter cat ladies. So I'm going to co-opt MGTOW for men and call it WGTOW. I'm even too much of a loser to create my own name for it. I'm going to steal men's ideas because all I do is ride men's coattails anyway. And I'm too stupid to have an original thought in my head. So yeah, they co-opted the name of MGTOW, of course, and now they can create their own new victim class and call themselves oppressed and claim to be a victim of the evil of men's actions. And now they don't have to call themselves feminists. They can call themselves WGTOW. And in their minds, it's great because they'll be seen as empowered because they're women and everything they do is great, while everything a man does sucks ass, of course. And they'll get to be high-fived and seen as virtuous for saying they're going their own way and being fully independent. Yes, hooray for them. Meanwhile, all they're really doing is paying lip service to a lie so that they can get more attention, so that they can be lauded as special because they have no self-esteem and they constantly need to have their ego stroked. And they want to be seen as some kind of brave, special victim and in turn a hero. Because being a victim in today's world, of course, it pays dividends. Unless you're a man, of course, and especially a white man to boot. As you're always the oppressor, nothing you ever do will be lauded. You'll only be shamed or at most ignored. You can't be a victim. No, no, no. Not in any way, shape, or form. In anything, even if you do something good, we'll just ignore it because, oppressor. That men are called losers and pussies who can't get women if they do the exact same thing. Well, that's besides the point. Yeah, of course it is. Interestingly enough, these women who claim to be equal to men, they co-opt our name and say they're exactly like us. And one of the major mistakes people make with men and women is trying to equate them and compare them and imply that their motivations for the same actions are the same. Women who say they're going their own way are only doing so because men are, not because they're going their own way. These women were originally feminists and still are. It's just that feminism is no longer popular, or all that will accept it for that matter. People don't like it very much anymore. Very few women identify as feminists because it's so unpopular. So now these women, now they want to be pioneers, and they want to create a new movement that they can be the leaders of. But what to do? They're not too bright, so they don't have the ability to actually create anything new. They can't even make a good ham sandwich. But wait, there's MGTOW. Yeah, let's just steal from MGTOW and take the ideas and thoughts of MGTOW men and apply them to women. And hey, men and women are after all equal, right? I can just take the thoughts, feelings, and reasons for men doing things and apply them to women, right? Wrong, because men and women are not the same, and the reasons for men going their own way make no sense when applied to women. For example, men go their own way in part because of unfair divorce laws. No-fault divorce allows women to divorce us with ease and take half our shit. Unfair custody laws give custody to the woman in the vast majority of cases. Women get alimony, a totally corrupt law, by the way, if their hubby made more, which is almost always the case. And if they are married for more than 10 years, she will get money forever for his past use of her vagina in many states in America. Does that sound fair? And by the way, how exactly does this harm women and make them need to go their own way? How does all this free shit that they get, not to mention not having to fulfill any of the jobs associated with their gender role, how does any of that disenfranchise them and make them need to go their own way? How is being a privileged woman who gets 85% of all welfare and who doesn't have to do a damn thing that women are supposed to do while men slave away to take care of her, how does any of that make her a victim? Of course, none of these things make her a victim. Hence, they have no need for MGTOW. Excuse me, WGTOW. WGTOW. You see, the reasons for men going their own way simply don't exist for women. The only reason some women are going their own way is that whenever men do something, women also have to do it to prove they're equal. Unless it's collecting garbage or cleaning sewers, of course. Saying they're WGTOW, WGTOW, is nothing more than them mimicking us. They say that that's the highest compliment you can pay a person, is to have someone mimic you. It means that you're so great that others want to be just like you. But we already know that, don't we? Women have been trying to be men for a long time now and failing miserably at it. And these women, these dumb women, they see MGTOW and think, wow, these guys are going their own way from women. They don't need women. They don't need the opposite sex. That's what I want. Yeah, I say I just want equality, but that's bullshit. I really hate men, and I dig what MGTOW are doing. They're just like us, because men and women are equal, don't you know, meaning the same. So they must hate women just like I hate men. So I'm really WGTOW. WGTOW! Not a feminist, but of course I still need that feminist claptrap, as I'm also a feminist, don't you know. I can be both WGTOW, WGTOW, and a feminist. The two aren't mutually exclusive, right? Maybe, as feminists are all about being superior, not equal to men, and for what I've seen of these so-called WGTOW ladies, all they cared about was being better than men. Yet they still are clinging to feminist dogma. But of course, indoctrination is hard to escape, even when it's bullshit. Hell, especially when it's bullshit. Nice try, by the way, ladies, in deluding yourselves. Nice try. You might fool some people, you might fool yourselves, but you ain't fooling me. This WGTOW stuff... WGTOW seems to be women who have no imagination simply stealing men's ideas and parroting them, thinking that these things will bring the same happiness and satisfaction with life that it brings men. And they know it brings us men happiness. Obviously, they know it. If they didn't know it, they wouldn't be trying to copy MGTOW verbatim and saying that they're adopting it for themselves. However, try as they might, women can't go WGTOW. Because women need men. Men don't need women. This is something that women miss when trying to call themselves WGTOW. Utter nonsense. You're going your own way from what exactly, ladies? You're going your own way from free shit? Yeah, give me a break. Women need men like a junkie needs a fix. They're addicted to our sperm, which they need to have kids, and they're addicted to our money, which they need to have and support those kids. Not to mention the handbags and other accessories they want, they need to fill their vapid souls. They need us to provide. They need us to lift heavy shit and to defend them from enemies. They need us for everything. Women couldn't go their own way even if they tried. I mean, hell, the whole goddamn world was built and is maintained by men. You don't see women up there on those electrical poles maintaining the power grids, do you? You don't see women dangling from helicopters trying to fix those super high voltage wires 100 feet off the ground, do you? Wires pulsing with so much juice that if you were grounded even for a half second when touching them, you'd look like a fried salami. You don't see women in combat fighting, do you? And you never will. They'll all get pregnant the moment war breaks out. And you don't see them walking girders, building high-rises, do you? Or cleaning out the sewers or collecting trash, do you? Everything required to maintain and keep the world working is done by men. So ladies, all this talk of you going your own way is total and utter bullshit. Unless you move to some island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean with no phones, no electricity, no infrastructure, no internet, no nothing, you'll never, ever be going your own way from us, which is fine, because you could never go your own way even if you tried. Not ever. And everything I say on this WGTOW, everything I saw on this WGTOW channel was nothing more than women who are either A, angry feminist cunts who want other women to be miserable, or B, they were young feminists who want to adopt the title of WGTOW. WGTOW, it makes me laugh every time, until they can find a man. Yeah, They're going their own way so long as they're single, meaning they're using the moniker to try and make themselves look brave and feel better about being a single loser and give them a reason for why they have no man, just like they believe men are doing. All the while, they're searching for Mr. Right to pay the phone bill, the rent, and every other goddamn thing for them. And yes, there are some MGTOW who are like that as well, claiming to be MGTOW simply to cover for the fact that they're ashamed of being single, and they'll drop it the moment they find someone. But that's a minority of MGTOW guys, not the majority. At the same time, such a definition fits the majority of these so-called WGTOW women, and not the minority. By the way, that's what women see when they look at MGTOW guys. They see losers like themselves who can't get someone of the opposite sex. That's why they claim to be WGTOW in the first place. WGTOW. You see, with women, it's always about seeking answers using the equality model. Instead of trying to understand men and their reasons for doing what they do, feminism has taught them that we're equal, so you only need to look to yourself to know what the opposite sex is motivated by. Utter horseshit. I mean, is it any wonder with this kind of reasoning that women are miserable and confused and can't get a man? Well, at least homely feminist women, that is. Feminine, agreeable women who aren't fat and ugly, they have no problem. MGTOW is a good idea for men because it suits a man's current needs. However, it's a very bad idea for a woman. Ladies, we're not equal to you. For example, try getting a vasectomy and see how equal we are. See how much good it does in regards to stopping you from having kids. Hell, it might, or it just might kill you. You see, you're not the same as us. And assuming that same actions will equal the same motivations, that same actions equal same motivations, is retard logic. We men go our own way for legitimate and different reasons. Reasons that just don't exist for you. Yes, we did find out after we went our own way that even when women were doing something to fulfill their gender roles, that we men still had it bad. We had it worse than them, much worse, because we were enslaved to the woman, and we were enslaved to our kids. We had to work for her, slave away for her, and do actual work, as opposed to babysitting and claiming babysitting is hard work when you're really just lazy. I've always said that you train to do everything in life, and training to sit on your ass will mean you are training to be ever more lazy and have ever less levels of energy. And when that's the case, even babysitting is going to seem like hard work to you when your training is all about making you into a lazy-ass bitch. It was after going our own way that we men found out how liberating it was to do so. That isn't the same as you women embracing feminism, because you women are actually less happy now than you were when you were housewives, while we MGTOW are actually more happy than we were when we were traditional male partners. Women know this because there have been countless studies done that prove that to be the case. So, upon seeing this, women said, "Oh, men are happier than we were when they go MGTOW. If we do the same and call it WGTOW, WGTOW, we'll be happier as well. We'll be more happy than when we were housewives, just like the men are more happy than when they were husbands." This is how women think, because you see, they're collectivists, and they see things in terms of collectivism, meaning everything is equal, including why people do what they do and what the effect will be from those actions. Sadly, ladies, yet again, life doesn't work that way. You're not us, and our reasons for going MGTOW are not the same as yours and this ridiculous WGTOW nonsense. WGTOW. Ay, ay, ay. You're going MGTOW because you think... Oh, you're going WGTOW, excuse me, because you think, oh God, WGTOW, because you think the act itself will bring you happiness, because it brought us men happiness. However, the action of men going their own way only makes us men happy because it's in line with why we went our own way to begin with. Unless the cause is the same, meaning why we men went our own way in the first place, then the outcome won't be the same for you as it was for us. Basically, you ladies won't get the same result, as your motivations for doing so are not the same as ours. Equal action does not mean equal outcome. Men are able to be happy alone, ladies. Women are not. It's why the image of the old cat lady is so deeply ingrained in people's minds when they think of the lonely old woman, because it's not a stereotype. You simply can't be happy alone. Your biological imperative is to have kids and provide for those kids, to have a husband, and to have that husband take care of you. As for men, well, we just want to bang everything in sight, and we're not slaves to our emotions either. So don't give me this crap about how men and women are the same and men need someone to take care of. Utter horse shit. Compared to women, our biological imperative to take care of someone is small, and we can use our logic, reason, and critical thinking to find other things to replace that small imperative and be happy. Much happier, in fact, than if we were with your nagging ass. Because being with a woman was and is a bad deal for a man. In contrast, women never had a bad deal. We worked and slaved and killed ourselves. Meanwhile, you ladies sat at home on your fat asses and complained about how bored you were. Talk about weak, low-stamina bitches. Do some work and you might have some more energy and not be so bored all the fucking time. That's part of why you ladies can't go your own way. For all your complaints about your lives being so hard as poor, poor housewives, you actually had it better before than you do now. Because having husbands makes your lives markedly better, and you know it. You know it, your body knows it, and your biology knows it. You can't escape that, no matter how hard you try. It's why if you can't find a man to tolerate you, that you become bitter, angry, lesbo-feminists, who are now calling themselves WGTOW. WGTOW. That shit makes me laugh so much every time I say it, that you women are so pathetic that you can't even come up with a name on your own. Meanwhile, we men have become awakened to how bad a deal it has always been for us. Once we were freed by you dumb women who had it so good, we saw the light. That's why we can walk away and you can't. Because it's better for us not to be slaves to you, but it's not better for you not to be slaves to us. That's something that you know deep down. And your biology knows it too. It's why you'll never be happy without a man, and you'll never go your own way. And why would you want to? You get free money, rent, food, shelter, clothing, car, everything. No one walks away from that unless they don't have it being offered to them in the first place. So instead they get bitter, angry, and claim they didn't even want that stuff. Yeah, right. And by the way, ladies, men never got any of this free shit. We slaved to provide it. That's part of why we went our own way in the first place and are now happier because of it. So that the fruits of our labor go to us and not some unappreciative bitch. And what little biological imperative we do have to be with a woman and make babies is weak compared to how much better our lives get without you. Women can't say the same. I mean, really, what's your reason for walking away, ladies? I'll tell you. Those of you claiming to be WGTOW, yeah, that's so funny, WGTOW, are women who couldn't get any free shit and can't even get a man. So you're angry and bitter and you want an excuse for why you're without one. It's also why you call us losers who can't get a woman, because you're projecting your own failures onto us, erroneously assuming that what's true for you must be true for us because, meh, egalitarianism, meh, equality, meh, we're the same, so equal choices mean equal motivations. Wrong. WGTOW is one of the biggest jokes I've seen in a long time, and I laughed my ass off when I saw this as an actual thing. Women saying that they're just like men who are going their own way, men who they've previously branded as losers, and who their fellow feminists, who have not so brazenly ripped off MGTOW, continue to call losers. By the way, would that not mean that since men and women are equal, and you claim to be doing what we men are doing, that you ladies calling yourselves WGTOW are also losers? Oh, no. No need to think about that, ladies, as you're masters of lying to yourselves, and you have good old cognitive dissonance to boot. Also, there's no need to consider that in adopting our views and labels to define what you are doing, you're also validating men's reasons for going MGTOW. Oh, you never thought about that, did you, ladies? That you taking MGTOW men's beliefs is essentially you giving validation to men's reasons for going their own way in the first place? Of course they never thought about that. You have to love the irony of how these women essentially shoot themselves in the foot, and they don't even realize it. Ladies, you are not WGTOW. WGTOW. You'll never be WGTOW, because there's no such thing. All of you are simply feminists and nothing more. Feminists trying to steal male success yet again so as to make your lives easier and enable you to be happy. Just like you tried to use feminism to steal our jobs, power, money, because you thought it would make you happier. However, as with feminism, you will always fail. Feminism made all of you less happy than you were before. But like all women, you'll never do any reflection and admit that you were wrong, nor will you give up the power and privilege you have attained, even if doing so meant that you'd be happier. Nope. You'll just double down and double down and double down like any good leftist and seek a new way, a new label, a new movement, a new title that enables you to continue to push the same nonsense in the hopes that it will bring you more power and the happiness that you seek. But it won't. It will only bring you further discontent, and you'll be asking yourself with ever more frequency, why? Why can't I find a man? Why am I not happy? In the end, you only have yourself to blame, yourself and your failed ideology that you embraced with enthusiasm, an ideology that has destroyed you and your entire gender for generations to come, and you don't even realize it. I am the MGTOW philosopher, and I wish you a good day. Take care.